Hello. Be sure and say hi when you get on.
Guess I'll take Robert's place tonight and welcoming everybody. Hi Judy, hi Ken, hi Debbie, hi Diane, Carla, Kitty, Carrie, Beverly, Kathy, hi Carol, Nancy, Jen, Sherry, welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
Who are we?
Oh, everybody's filling in for Robert. He's absent. He's actually setting up for the Kansas City Regional Quilt Festival, which starts, well, classes start tomorrow, and the show starts Thursday.
It's just right here, slammed us in the face.
It's like 2 blocks away. So awesome stuff. And I was walking through. There's nobody set up yet, really, but you can come say hi, Sean. So my son's here. He's helping too. He did one of these backing out of the room, like, there's a grenade or something in
I don't remember
here.
that Sean was ever shy.
He's not. That's what's funny. So, tons of booths, tons of shopping. If you haven't made plans to come, then definitely do. It's going to be worth it. We've got a huge booth. We've got some really good specials. Some so good that I can't tell you about them because they have minimum advertised pricing, and so some of
Lots
our
of machines went out of here, I saw.
Yep.
Yeah.
some of our prices are going to be below that. So can't tell you about them. You'll have to come by and visit us. You should come by and visit us anyway because we have coupons and we have drawings.
And it's a combination between our store, this store,
Hi Patsy.
Quilters HQ,
And Windmill.
and Windmill.
Yep.
Yeah, so we know we've got a lot of good things for you.
So we are Quilters HQ, Windmill Sewing Center, and Sewing Machines Express. The websites are quiltershq.com, windmillsewingcenter.com, and QHQ2.com. And if you're in Springfield, Missouri, let me know if you've heard our radio advertisement on the radio, and we also have another one on Spotify. So give us a thumbs up if you've heard it. If you haven't, it wasn't me. I don't have that kind of voice to do that kind of stuff. So we had to hire somebody to do the voice. But anyway, let us know.
Debbie says you look great in green.
Oh, that's kind of yellow.
It is kind of yellow.
It is. I thought it was kind of a
Chartreusey.
mustardy color, but thank you. Thank you. So we are on week 29. I know, we missed last week because I was on vacation and it was wonderful. Very relaxing. Customs, there's like a, like the line for the roller coaster. It's like that. But it was really good. So this one is a whole lot of triangles and a couple of squares, 4 squares. So
Really
I feel like I've
different.
lost my touch. Really different here.
No, it's just that.
Just some
Stuff.
easy stuff, easy peasy. We are using AccuQuilt die number 2 from the 9-inch cube, which is the square, and number 5 from the 9-inch cube to cut our triangles.
Hi Peggy, hi John, welcome.
Welcome, welcome. So I'm going to start with the triangles. We need 12 of each color. So I know that I've measured this a million times. Going to measure it again. It's 3.5 inches. So I'm going to cut a 4-inch strip thereabouts. Ooh, new blade.
The doohickey.
We need the doohickey for this too.
Whatchamacallit.
A whatchamacallit doohickey. And so
What's the color fabric?
this is Poseidon.
Poseidon.
I know, it's like,
I like it.
I do too. It's really pretty. So we're going to cut all of our pieces in one pass. How cool is that?
It's the way we like it.
That's the way I like it.
It's typical. Cam, you
Not
dance.
really.
Susan's over here dancing.
Robert is helping with setup for the show this evening, so
Yep. It's a lot to set up. We have a very big booth, and we're taking lots of machines. We have a booth for Kimberbell. We have a booth for AccuQuilt. And we have a booth for Westerly. So if you've thought about doing quilting on your domestic, those are the rulers to get. It's fun. And there's going to be an educator from Westerly. She has a TV behind her, and you can actually see what she's doing. So be sure and stop by that booth as well. Yeah. You should. You just got a long arm.
I did.
Okay. Done. How easy is that?
Marilyn and I are going to do a team thing. I'm going to go down and learn the Q16. She's going to come up and learn embroidery.
Okay.
We're going to bring in my granddaughter to take part in that too.
Nice. Passing on the skills. So we just need 4 of these squares. So cut those out, save the rest. Oh, and by the way, like all of these colored pieces, right, that you have left that are a lot, take your die number 5 out of the 9-inch cube and cut them into half square triangles, because you can piece all of those together and it'll just be really pretty. And if we have leftover black after we do our sashing, then you can throw some black ones in there and get 2 quilts. Because we do have a lot of little extra ones. I have a little string. A little bit extra. Yeah, of your own creation. And then, of course, you know, send it to us so we can see it too.
Louise says, "Good evening, woman power tonight."
Woman power, that's right. So I know all of my half square triangles go together. There's 12 and 12, so I'm just going to piece these together. I am working on, this is the DX5 from Juki. And we have a few of these. It is not a light machine. This is a lot of stitches. So really nice machine, 1/4 inch with the touch of a button. So the one I'm working on tonight.
Because they stole your other one.
They did. They packed up the 2020 and the 2010 to take it to the show. So
The
that all
store
of you.
looks extremely empty.
It does. Looks like when we first opened.
Yeah.
Except I don't think we had all this fabric. We had
No,
much
we didn't.
less.
We did.
So
No, because I used to come in and see you got new stuff, and I'd call Marilyn and say, Joan's got more fabric.
okay, so with this one I don't really have the guard because I think they took that with them too. So with this machine, it has a button that you can touch and it will line up your needle with, if you sew to the edge of the foot, it's 1/4 inch. So that's pretty
Wow,
cool.
that's cool.
It is pretty cool. And it even tells you what foot to have on. So this one is the A foot.
Takes the mystery out of it.
I am going to do one thing though.
Just walk by your machine in the morning and throw the fabric at it and say, this is the pattern. I'll be back and check on you after
There you
that.
go.
That would be
Yep,
nice.
there you go. I am going to cut this, and well, obviously I'm not making stitches too. Just measure real quick. New machine, and it's 1/4 inch, but my needle's not threaded. That's easy. One-handed threading on this machine. And much quieter than the 2010. Probably better to use this one for the show because then you don't have to hear the noise of the machine.
What?
Yeah. What? Is it really appropriate for you to make hearing jokes?
I do it all the time.
We make age jokes.
Hi, Jerry. Hi, Linda. Hi, Jody. Welcome.
Thanks for joining us. We got a lot of new subscribers this past month on YouTube, so thank you for joining us. It feels like I'm going so slow. That's better. So another thing, I don't know if you can tell, but this has a micro lift feature. So I don't have to raise my foot every time, like on the 2010. I have to lift the foot up a little bit to get the piece under it. This one does a micro lift where it lifts the foot up just a little bit. So I can just feed these through. Lickety split. I love it when machines do things for you to make your life easier.
Hi, Georgia.
Does anybody else pile their little pieces right up here under the machine?
I
Give
pile
us a-
a lot of stuff there and up above.
Give us a thumbs up if you do this too, because, you know, I have sewing habits and I always wonder, am I the only one that does this? You know, I get used to sewing on the other machines, and you forget what a treat it is to sew on some of these different machines.
They all have their pluses and minuses, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Judy. This is week 29, I think.
Week 29. Block 5CE. See, I went on vacation and forgot everything. This actually is a very popular machine. We sell a lot of these. The price point is pretty good. It's just over 1,000. It's like 11 something.
Will that one be at the show?
Maybe. I don't see why not. We have a lot of these in stock, so. Not so. This also has a programmable pedal that you can use to cut your thread. You can make it sew backwards. You can change it to needle up, needle down. Unfortunately, you get one feature, so you have to program it to do that, which is super easy on this machine, by the way. And I like to have them set for trimming because it's easy. Just push backwards on the pedal, and there you go. Okay, let's go over here. I was going to use the doohickey, but I'll probably use that when I start piecing them. Since all of these are going in the same direction, I'm just going to do it with the iron. And when I'm doing this, I just pile one right on top of the other. That way I can make sure that I can go fast for one, and then I know for sure they get a good press and lay flat. They are really hot though afterwards, so be careful when you pick them all up. Not enough for a bad burn, but it does sting a little bit.
So, Joan, what are you looking forward to most at the show this week?
Seeing everyone.
But
So many people that, we haven't seen. I know we have some customers that are coming up from Springfield that I haven't seen since we put their long arm. So just seeing people mostly. I'm gonna lay this out and hopefully we don't mess it up.
Making pretty good time. Need a pot.
I do kind
This
of
little
need a
silicone thing
pot
for your
holder.
fingers.
Yep, and
can we give the price on that machine?
will you look it up?
Is it DX5?
Yep, DX5.
Get that for you, Ken.
It is a great little machine. Okay,
Very nice.
voila. So
And you laid it all out right the first time.
I laid it all out right, so now if I can just get from here to here without sewing down the
You're
wrong
gonna do it
side.
'cause you're all fresh from your vacation.
Yep, that's it. That's exactly it.
Hi, Rose. Welcome.
Oops, forgetting it's catalog. So I think I'll just do it this way.
Here's your duplicate.
There are a couple of versions of this machine. This is the DX5. There's also a DX7. Has more stitches, more feet. And then there's the QVP version of it that has
Susan asked how she can get the pattern for this.
okay, so the pattern is free. This is a quilt that I designed early on in my sewing career. And so these are available. So you go to the website, quiltershq.com, and Chloe has been nice enough to build a shortcut up at the top of the web page. And it will take you to all of the patterns.
It's not accepting my code at the register.
I don't think that's right.
That's what I was trying to get to the register.
Yeah. We'll get that price for you.
Does it lock you out after so many tries?
It does.
Okay, well then I'm probably
Hi, Vicky. Welcome.
So all of them are available to download for free, all the patterns. I do have the sashing out there as well. So there should be enough of this black to cut your sashings.
Hi, Carrie. Welcome.
What if they're starting late? Can they still get a set
The kit.
the colors?
The kit of the
kits, yeah.
colors, It's possible. I know we have some extras. It might take a little bit longer to put them together, but I think we could. So each month is $5 for the kit. Pattern is free. All of these colors are available on our website, or you can check out our digital catalog as well, which is super cool. And that gives you links to all of the fabrics. So I think, yep, and I actually put the color on the pattern that we're using.
So did you tell them what color of thread you're using that is your favorite?
This is color 2615. And I like this color because it disappears. So I quilt with it. So like this quilt back up here is quilted with it. But when you're quilting, it doesn't show up. So, and I've even quilted pieced. Well, obviously we're piecing black here, white as well with it, and it doesn't show through.
And that's Aurifil, right?
Aurifil 50 weight.
Aluminum is what it's
Aluminum is the color. 2615. Marilyn, why don't you tell them about the thrift club?
You have me doing it. Susie knows it better than I do, but Aurifil has a thread club, and we have a little box. They give you a little box that has room for 12, I think it is.
I think so.
12 spools of thread, and when you buy into the Aurifil Club, Thread Club, you get the box, and you get one spool of white thread with it, and I always forget the price.
$20.
It's $20. That should have been easy to remember.
And
And
then
so
it's-
when you come in, every time you come in, you can get another spool of Aurifil thread, any color you want, and you get 20% off that one.
or they can buy it, they can fill it all up at once if they want.
They can fill it all up at once, I guess, and get 20% off all of the thread that they put in there. So it's really a pretty good deal because Aurifil is our favorite thread for quilting around here. We use it in the back when we do quilts for people, which we do have that service too, which is a really nice service, and Lisa does a beautiful job of quilting. So if you don't want to quilt your own quilt, just remember that you can bring it in after it's done, and we can help you pick out a pattern, we can help you pick out the thread, we can measure to make sure that you have, all that you need to get it quilted here, and our turnaround time is pretty good. It's around 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah, right in there.
So, and most people are very happy with the outcome of that. So just remember it.
We have a lot of repeat customers.
Yes, we do.
So just piecing the rows together now. Yeah. We always fill up around graduation for quilting and the holidays, because people like to give t-shirt quilts for graduation gifts to take off to school. And then, of course, quilts make such great holiday gifts, as long as they're quilt worthy. Oops, did I do that right? Yep, there we go.
Thank you, Georgia. She said Lisa did a beautiful job on her mom's quilt.
She watched that online too. So I think I saw an email come through for that. So we have a camera on our quilting machine, and it's not, we should take a tour.
Take it.
a little bit messy back there right now because we've been storing stuff back there, so Lisa's had to work around us. But it's not a regular long arm, it's this big flatbed thing. It's really cool. Works more like an embroidery machine than a quilting machine. She's already left for the day, so we can't see it running. I'm just making sure my seams are nested so that the block is square when we're done here. Yeah, I'm surprised Sean didn't want to come say hi because he usually gets on and watches too.
Just try to get a little bashful today.
He might be a little bit sweaty though. He's been working hard getting everything set up. Helping. Appreciate the help.
Yeah.
Last row, then we'll put it under the iron. And let me know, what do you think? Should we go see the quilting machine? It's like nothing you've ever seen.
It's fun to watch.
As you can see, no problem going through all of these layers on this machine. Bring it over here.
That was fast.
That was pretty fast. It's the vacation.
It's the vacation.
Must be. I'm gonna blow stuff in this.
Is it very crowded?
No, it really wasn't very crowded at all.
How was the flight?
The flight was a little bit long, but. And there we have it. Block number 29.
29.
5C.
5E.
5E. Sorry,
Close enough.
it's in row 5. So, okay. So, what was the general consensus for doing the tour? Or we could talk about some new products for.
Let's see. Do we want to talk about new products or would we rather go and see the machine? We did have several yeses. So.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the new products we have. And then we can finish up looking at the machine. So, some of them are new, some of them are new to the store. So this one and this one, these are setting triangles that coordinate with the cubes. So, but what I want to say is, so this is for the 10-inch cube, this is for the 4-inch cube. The 8, 9, and 6 are not here yet. I think they're coming on Thursday, so they might not make it to the show. We will have them in the store. They will be available on the website as well. And the code for AccuQuilt products on our website is QHQACC.
Say that again.
QHQACC. So it's Quilters HQ AccuQuilt ACC. That's what that stands for. So the reason I say don't limit yourself, like if you have the 8-inch cube thinking, well, I'll just get the 8-inch setting triangles. You should get the 8-inch one if you have the 8-inch cube, but they make a lot of 12-inch blocks. There's also 12-inch setting triangles. So like the bear claw. Is it claw or paw?
Paw, I thought.
Bear paw.
Depends if he has his fingernails out.
So the bear paw is a 12-inch block, And that is one that is really beautiful when you set it on point. I think the Snail's Trail is a 9-inch and it also is a 12-inch. So again, very beautiful when you set it on point. And this keeps you from having to do math.
Oh, that's always a plus.
No kidding. I mean, so you don't have to figure out all of the eighths to cut your square and then cut it in half or cut it in corners. This is a good buy. So the larger size is $109.99. I think the 12-inch is the same price, and then the smaller ones are $89.99. Again, QHQACC gets you a discount on our website. That does not work on the AccuQuilt website, just on ours.
And how
then,
do they do this? How do they order?
So they go to quiltershq.com and find the products, put it in your cart, and at checkout there's a little place that says code.
Sorry,
And that's
They
Sorry.
can make it mine.
how to make
Oh,
it mine.
make it
Sorry.
mine. Right. Sorry. So if you want,
Robert.
I
We are.
know.
We're a little lost.
He's like the director here,
Yeah. Keeps everybody on time and upbeat.
moving in
Yeah.
you know, a linear fashion. We miss him tonight, so let him know you missed him. Put him in the comments. He'll read them later, or I think he will. So if you see something you want tonight, so like the doohickey is $7.99, I think. You comment, make it mine, and if you have not shopped with us before, you would go to one of the websites, register for Make It So. That gives us your information. We will email you an invoice with a clickable pay button, and or if you're local, you'll pick it up in the store. Once we get payment, we'll ship it to you or have it ready for you to pick up. So you would say, make it mine. If you're local and you want to pick it up at the store, pick up. If you're not local, make it mine, ship. And so if you've shopped with us before, you don't have to go register again. We already have your information, and hopefully you're already familiar with this process.
You get to see the wonderful things in the store.
Oh, there's tons of fabric here. We had a skinny bolt sale a couple, 3
Yeah.
weeks ago, so we could make room for more stuff coming in, and there is more on the way too. When COVID ended and they started shipping again, we had sold so much fabric. I mean, there was literally holes in the... So anyway, we ordered a lot of fabric. Oh, I love fabric. Okay, so this one is not new, but it's one that I haven't talked about. And this is the Serendipity Cube. And I'm trying to remember the lady's name. She's a famous quilter. Adetta Sitar. Adetta Sitar. Her name is not the easiest one to say. But she has these beautiful quilts. And if you have an embroidery machine, there is a CD with the embroidery files for these shapes. So like there's hearts, there's a basket, and all of those have the embroidery files with it. So comes with it. So it comes with, let me turn it around. It's in there and back inside out. So it has an informational CD. Does come with a mat. We've already pulled the mat out because we have actually used this one. And then the getting started guide. Yeah. And so there are some really, really cute. How cute are the baskets? The little basket quilt. And you have everything you need to do that. Pair this up with the Hot Fix adhesive. So you don't even have to sew it. You can just fuse it and be done. So there's a couple of pictures you can kind of see a little bit of the basket quilt. And then it has each of the blocks. There's another one with hearts. Was super cute. They don't have a picture of it in the book, but they have a picture of it in the on the CD. So it's all of those little hearts sewed together. It is super cute. So this one is $2.79. Comment Make It Mine, Serendipity. That's kind of a hard word to spell. Adetta's not going to be a lot easier.
Zippity doo dah.
How about Make It Mine Specialty Set? And of course you do get the discount too, so
And tell them whether to ship.
yeah, and let us know whether you want us to ship it to you or pick it up. Our show special for AccuQuilt is the same as our normal everyday discount. So can't tell you that what it is, but even on this is a cute quilt too. This one with the star,
Oh, yeah, I
It's-
saw that. That looks darling.
and they're just miniature quilts. They're not big quilts. This is something you could make and just use to decorate your wall. I'm actually going down the stairs towards my sewing room in the basement, in my dungeon, and hanging up little quilts and
That's a
pinning
good
them.
idea.
And
So
which cutter does it fit on?
this will fit on all of the cutters. So Go Me, Go, and the Go Big. So all three will work on this one. And if you have an embroidery machine, bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, we have not opened it yet. So this is fairly new from AccuQuilt. This is the English paper piecing. So this is hand sewing. One of these days I'll do a demo on how to do English paper piecing on your sewing machine and still have it. It's cool. It's really cool. You need a zigzag machine to do it. You use
I'd love to see that.
you use the blanket stitch. So English paper piecing, it comes with the shapes to cut out the fabric and your paper pieces. When I do English paper piecing, I like to do it on the cheap, so I don't go buy specifically English paper piecing paper. I go to one of the big box stores and buy a ream of cardstock. It's like $9. And you can just run it through and make your paper
And
pieces.
that doesn't dull the blades.
No, well, so that's a good question. Does it dull the blades? So, with your mats, you're going to get hundreds of cuts. With your dies, you're going to get thousands of cuts. Same thing with the paper. So you're only cutting the paper. If you went back and tried to cut fabric where the paper is, then yeah, that would probably not work because it would dull, but it's still sharp enough to cut the paper. So these are very sharp inside. I have cut myself on them. Be careful when you're handling your dies on the strip die because it's a little heavier, and just picked it up wrong and had my finger on a blade and it slid a little bit, and we have a first aid kit here too, so. But there's some of the shapes that you can make with the English paper piecing. And again, this one is also $2.79. And you get 8 dies. So 4 shapes and 4 paper dies. Okay.
Right?
So let's go see the quilting machine. Cool.
Can I help you with anything?
Sure. Well, actually, I think it'll be fine. It'll be a little bit bumpy as we move along over here, but
You might want to look away if you get
Yeah.
motion sick.
don't watch if you get motion sick. I think it's okay.
I think so.
Yeah, thank you though.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one.
Let's go this way.
This one.
Follow Joan.
Be sure and come by the store for all the greens. It's real high. A little bit messy because we've been packing stuff. So these are customer quilts that we've done and waiting to get picked up. So this is where we hang them while we're waiting for you. We just use a pant hanger. I hang them like this at home too. It's really easy. These are not very expensive either.
Making it happen here.
We're making it happen. We can do show and tell too. this store just keeps on going.
Okay, ready for the big reveal?
Oh, I can open up this one. I'll try to talk loud so that you can hear me. So this is the machine. This whole thing right here moves. It slides on these rails right here. And then the head moves left and right. And so that's how we create the designs. All of the quilting we do is digital. We don't have the ability to do custom quilting on this machine. But we have done some very intricate design, intricate.
Don't quit it, Joan, quit it.
Like a speech impediment, I think. It was vacation. I lost my mind. So, so you can see your quilt actually goes in flat. And so, this fabric over here on the side, so this is a leader. And so we actually just sew it to the back of the quilt here. We put the batting on the top. There is enough static in the batting to keep it still while we're quilting, since we don't have to roll this. And then we glue based the top of the quilt to the batting, so it doesn't come up or move. So you can see I'm sliding over it and it doesn't move. And then we keep a little bit of tension on it, but you can see there is quite a bit of loose fabric. And the reason we don't want this super, super tight is because if we pull it too tight, when we take it out of this frame, it would cause it to shrink. So the back would be tighter, and then you would have like this bubble quilt.
So is there a special glue that you baste with?
We just use plain old kids glue. It washes out with water, dries clear. You can either wash it out or not wash it out. It's I can't think of the word, not hypoallergenic, but like it's safe for fabrics, safe for archival purposes.
So the glue that the kids would take to school or something of that sort.
Yep,
So that's good.
just regular old kids glue. If you have a long arm, you can use that same glue to go down the edges of your quilt.
Are you talking glue or glue sticks?
Glue stick. They're fluffy ones. It's the purple stuff. So
Don't worry about the color.
don't worry about the color. Dries clear. We have a cordless iron that we heat set this because we don't want the foot to catch this. Slides right up under the head. There's a cutout here. There's a cutout right here that slides right up under the machine. Like that. She doesn't, when Lisa, like, so this is her work for the next time she's here, she does not keep it under there because we do oil this machine. And so she doesn't come in tomorrow and she works Thursday, and there's potential for oil to drip down. So we just let that drip down onto the machine, no oil on the quilt. So it's
And
all
she
good.
can preset one
Right.
back here
Yep.
to keep that.
And so while this one is running, she's loading another one up here. This frame will actually come up on these rollers. This one will slide out underneath, and then this one will just drop right in. So we have done, I'd say we have to be close to 2,000 quilts that we've quilted here at Quilters HQ. We use Hobbs batting. You can see we buy it on the big rolls. We have the heirloom. Most quilts can use an heirloom like this one. It's not going to show through. But if you have a white quilt, we use the bleached. If you have a black quilt, we use the black batting. We also carry wool, and we also carry polyester batting.
Now, here's a good question. What is the largest quilt you can do?
We can do 106 by 114. So, and that's the limits of this frame. This bar only goes out so far. If you want to bring us a quilt, or even ship it to us, We have a calculator on our website. If you go to Quilting Services and Quilting Calculator, you can put in the dimensions of your quilt, whether you'd like us to bind it or just trim and serge the edges. All of those, it'll give you a pre-tax quote. So out of state, we don't charge taxes. So like if you shipped us one, but in Kansas or you pick it up in the store, we do have to charge taxes. The governor wants her money.
Really bad.
Really bad. They all do. So, yeah, we do a lot of quilts. Our queue is just right over here. Close our scary locker here. So when you bring us a quilt, or you ship us a quilt, we actually transfer it into one of these bags so it doesn't get dusty back here, because quilting creates a lot of dust. So when we take it in, we do this form, and it's the same form that's on the website, puts in the dimensions, and gives you a price and all of the information that the quilter needs to.
What do we charge per inch?
We charge 1.8 cents a square inch. The batting is not included in that. Batting is also by the square inch, but it works out to a little bit less than what you would go buy a bat for. So, good way to think of it is, so if you have a 60 by 60 quilt or 68, you cannot use a twin size batting for it. You're going to use a queen size batting. We're only going to charge you for the 60 by 68. So if you do bring us a quilt, the back has to be, and the batting, if you can bring us your batting too. So you can see up on top there is a couple of battings that people have brought in. If you bring us batting, the backing and the batting has to be 4 inches all the way around, larger than the top. So if your quilt was 50 by 50, your backing and batting would have to be 58 by 58. So, and the reason we need that is for all of these little clamps that are all the way around, the foot on that head has to be able to clear those. So we have to have that distance away from the edge of your quilt, because we actually quilt off the edge of your quilt. So,
Cool little behind the scenes.
a little bit of behind the scenes. And then we do actually examine every single quilt that we quilt. And so there's a rack that she'll put the quilted ones on, and somebody from the staff will come pick it up and go through it, look for broken threads or missed quilting. If there is anything like that, we have a method for repairing it. If there's serging to be done, like if you want it just serged off, and trust me, once you do that, you will never go back, because it's a game changer. She takes care of all of that back here, gets proofed. You get a phone call that it's either ready to pick up. If you shipped it to us, we will give you a call and let you know that it's on its way back to you.
And we'll do binding too.
We can do binding too, and that's on that calculator on our website. It's quiltershq.com, and it has all of the information. If you don't know what to put on there, so there's a couple of places where it says quilt received by, you would just put ship. So, and we do that in case there's any questions that the quilter has, so the person who takes it in can usually remember. We don't have so many, we're probably about 2 weeks out right now. We don't have so many quilts that come in that sometimes they remember. And if there's a question, we'll say, what was this color? Because sometimes numbers get transposed or whatever. Doesn't happen often. So
At Christmas it gets really busy though, so.
at Christmas, that entire shelving system will be full, and we will be trying to squeeze more quilts in. And we actually set a cutoff date sometime in November to have your quilt done by Christmas. So we do a lot of quilts, and people keep coming back, so I think they like it.
Lisa does a great job.
She does. I can do like 3 quilts a day. She can do like 5. She's like 20 years younger than me too.
You have to tell everything.
She moves a little faster than I do. All the reaching and stuff, it'll keep you in shape, but
She was standing up here.
I've done that. Yep, stand on there to get to the middle.
Are we heading back? Do we want to finish the show here?
I think we could finish it here. So, okay. I think we're getting ready to sign off. Did we do the color of the month?
No,
I don't think so.
We already did. What was the color of the month? It was peach.
I don't have one. There's not one out there to show.
So if you want the color of the month, it's 15% off. It's different than the Thread Club, which I did want to mention. We use Aerofill to quilt, so I don't know. Yep, you can see on the machine there is a spool of Aerofill sitting on there. We use that exclusively. That is one thing that you cannot bring us. We have our machine set for Aerofill thread, and so we exclusively use that. Do you have a safety tip?
Well, yes, I do, Joan.
All right.
Imagine that.
Oh, somebody said giveaway.
Giveaway.
Oh.
What are you looking at me for?
I'll go get one.
I'm not giving me away.
Okay, well, she's gone then. We'll do my safety tip. Hopefully I get it right. I've been fortunate enough to buy a new Bernina Q16 sit-down quilter. And it's something that I've wanted for a long time. It has an adjustable table that it's on, and I just think I'm going to love it. But when they brought it, I couldn't wait to get it, and we'd had all kinds of disasters happen in our house. I don't know if you've heard about any of those on the show, but we were delayed in getting the quilter into the house because of all of these disasters we were having. Well, finally they delivered it on a day that we were expecting a really big storm in our area. And I got the call from Joel, who was going to be doing the delivery, and he said, I'm trying to get it together in the next 2 hours so that we can get it there and in before the rain hits. So he brought it and they set it up. And then the concern was, okay, should we plug it in or not? And he said, no, you don't want to plug it in unless you can plug it into a surge protector. But even that, you should go around to all of your machines and unplug them when you're having that kind of an electrical storm or that big storm. And that will save your machine and save your heartbreak if you do that. So that's my safety tip for today, is to make sure that when you're having one of those huge storms, or, you know, just anything with lightning in it, I guess, you would want to go around and make sure that they're either plugged into a surge protector, or if they're straight into the wall, that you unplug them. And I even unplugged the ones that were in the surge protectors because I don't like electricity at all. So anyway, that's my safety tip for today, and I hope it helps someone sometime. Thank you.
All right. So we have Perry Patchwork. I'll get better as time goes by.
You can go back to
When
a
the
ribbon.
festival's over.
When the festival's over. Prairie Patchwork. This is a really, really cool book. Look at that quilt. Isn't that pretty?
Mm-hmm. That would, those patterns would look good with the Kansas Troubles fabric.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you can modernize these too. I like this one with the basket. It's kind of a modern basket. Normally retails for $29.99. And so Chloe's going to find us a winner. I like that one. I like the colors.
Mm-hmm.
I might do it a little more modern with solids. That would make it really pop. If you wanted to use the leftover pieces from their Amish quilt, that would work too.
Mm-hmm.
Really scrappy looking.
Okay, congratulations to Beverly Hofader.
Oh,
for
Beverly! Congratulations!
Good for you, Beverly.
This will be available tomorrow to pick up. I actually think that quilt I pulled out was hers.
Really?
Yeah, so maybe when you pick up your
Wow.
quilt. So
How fortunate is that?
congratulations. Thank you for joining us tonight. Oh, the price on the machine. I looked it up while I was up there. $1,199.
That's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
Great machine.
It's a nice machine. So, if you are an entry level sewer, that's a good place to start. So if you're more advanced, that machine's not going to be quite right for you. But if you're a new sewer, this is a machine that's going to stick with your sewing skill set, I would say 5-6 years. And that's a long time. So that'd be a good place.
Yeah. That's good. And you probably then will keep it for a second machine.
Yeah.
And then it will be your third machine. It's kind of hard to give up your machines after they're semi-retired.
I remember my first machine, the one that like was mine. I bought it. I don't have it anymore. The Marine Corps, well, wasn't really the Marine Corps. The moving company that the Marine Corps contracted with, so inadvertently, they dropped it.
Oh,
no.
And it was bad. It was non-repairable.
did they replace it?
No. They have a per pound kind of agreement for insurance, and since it was like I think it was like maybe an 18-pound machine, I got like $200.
Oh,
So
that's
it was a
funny.
long time ago. But we'll remember our first machine. Hopefully that never happens to you. So,
How do we end the show?
all right.
Make it so.
Good night.
Thanks for joining us.